Welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog right here on YouTube. This is the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. Thank you for watching. I'm Troy West. This is episode 175. This is today's date is April 11th, 2022. This is our NBA playoff preview special. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Hopefully we don't have no interruptions. I'm doing this around work, so we'll see how that goes. I already had some interruptions already. So hopefully we don't have too many interruptions, and I'll have to stop recording. But yeah, I will do a playoff preview. I already announced I was going to do this. So thank you so much. I'm gonna put my Instagram. You follow me at silentsports_and_gaming, all lowercase letters on Instagram. I'll put that in the description box as well. Basically, I'm gonna give you a preview of the NBA playoffs. Of course, the play-in start tomorrow. The 7-8 games are tomorrow, East and West. Then the 9-10 games, I think it's Wednesday, and then Friday will be the basically the elimination games. So we'll get the AFC game. So I'm gonna even look at that. I'm gonna tell you who I think will make the finals this year. We're going to give you everything. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you to all my supporters who's been joining me. Thank you to a lot of my new subscribers. I appreciate it. I wanted to get a special shout out. I might have to look it up on my phone to one of my new subscribers. We've been going back and forth on YouTube. She posts a lot of videos, so I'll probably look it up and get y'all that before I get off here. Excuse me, sorry about the throat. There's so much going on, like I said, behind the scenes. My mind is racing a lot, but I did want to do this special, so we're gonna get started. I think I might start with the Eastern Conference because the East to me is, well, it's always a little bit more clear, even though the East is real interesting this year with the emergence of the Toronto Raptors, who are the 5th seed against Philadelphia. That'd be an interesting series. Milwaukee, Chicago, I think that's going to be a quick series for the Bucks. But we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about the play-ins. Matter of fact, we're going to do sort of jump back and forth because I'm going to tell you who I think will come out the play-ins first. And I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to put my Instagram in the channel. I'm going to remind everybody to come watch. So I thank you guys so much. It's been a great NBA season. We're about to get into the nitty-gritty in the playoffs. So, but two things I want to point out first before I start. One of them is NBA related. Might as well let's get that out the way. The Frank Vogel firing today by the LA Lakers. I think it's unfortunate for Frank Vogel. I think he's a good coach, but I honestly don't think he matches this Laker team, especially if it stays together. We'll see what they do in the offseason. Will they be able to trade Russell Westbrook? That's pretty much out there. Even Anthony Davis, I think, might be moved as well. But a disappointing season for the Lakers. I think it was mostly the injuries, though. But Russell Westbrook didn't play up to his potential this year. LeBron James is out the lineup as well. And the pieces just didn't fit. I think they tried to play Dwight Howard, to me, too late in the season. So I think all those things factored into it. Then being in a tough Western Conference, you can't have any flaws at all, or you'll see what happened. So fortunate for that. Seeing Frank Vogel get another job. This is, I think this was his third stop. So that'd be interesting to see if he found a job quickly or not, or if he even want to coach anymore. But I ain't gonna say it's the right move because I don't think it's gonna change much. But I think they need a coach that everybody's going to respect. Not saying he wasn't respected, but just to throw it out there, even though Phil Jackson's old, but like a Phil Jackson or Greg Popovich, they need somebody somewhat of that stature. I think they round that team out, especially if they wind up keeping everyone. But I got a feeling they might be able to move Russell Westbrook, but I think Anthony Davis will still stay. But to me, Anthony Davis, just to throw this out there, to me is overrated. He's always been a little bit overrated. Not saying he's not a great player, but he's always been overrated. Like, people used to put him in the top 5, and I never really did. But when he helped the Lakers win the title a couple of years ago, I was like, okay, this is the top 5 player, but he haven't shown any semblance of that since. and he's been injured a lot. So, but I always thought I never put him in that upper class of players like the Giannis's, the Embiid's of the day, Nikola Jokic, LeBron still up there, Kevin Durant. Like, that's 5 great players right there. I never put them in the top 5. So if he could get back to form, he definitely had the talent to be a top 5 player, but he hasn't shown it consistently his whole career, really. So that's my opinion on that. Other than that, with a touch on the tragic death of the young Dwayne Haskins, NFL quarterback with the Pittsburgh Steelers, formerly known, also was drafted by the Washington Commanders, which are now what they call now. I touched on it, I did a short on it. You could go look at it on my YouTube channel, but a minute wasn't enough. Just what to say about it, it's just a sad situation. Seemed like his career was about to turn around for the better. He was a first round pick, so people was, basically said he was an overachiever. The day with Adam Schefter that's going on, I think Adam Schefter put out some negative comments about how he played on the field. And every time you're dealing with death, that's why you got to be sensitive, you got to be careful, especially in today's age. They say he hasn't tweeted since people jumped on him, so but I don't think Adams has to been any harm, but at the same time, when somebody dies, really they play on the field shouldn't matter. Yeah, he struggled his first couple years in the league, but as the Steelers said, he found his place there. He was doing good charity work there. That's the stuff Adam Schefter should have brought up instead of basically his underachieving career. But rest in peace to him. It's an unfortunate accident. He was hit. Everybody know the details. Well, the details of him passing was a dump truck hit him on the highway. Still, hopefully there's more to it than that. But it's just so sad to hear that news. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a trade, because you see the breaking news, and then when I actually read it, I was like, hold up, So I started looking around, and unfortunately, it was the truth. These days can't jump out the window. You need to know facts. So, but rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins. He was a great quarterback at Ohio State. Probably was having a promising career, but unfortunately his life was cut short. And condolences to the Haskins family. I think he had a wife. He just got married recently, so very heartbreaking. So all his fans, everybody that feel any type of impact on this, like I said, I'm dealing with something behind the scenes myself. So it's unfortunate that the man lost his life, and rest in peace. Like I said, I'll probably talk more about it on the main blog on Saturday when I have more time. But we're going to get into the NBA. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the play-ins first. Let's start with the East play-ins first. Cleveland is the 8th seed. Brooklyn will be the 7th seed, so Brooklyn will be at home. I think Brooklyn will win that game, which will make Brooklyn the sole 7th seed, which means they will have to go to Boston and play them in a 7-game series. So Cleveland loses, so that means they get the winner of Atlanta, Charlotte. I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I think Atlanta, a little underrated with the 9 seed, but they made a run last year in the playoffs. I think that's gonna matter. Charlotte, I think it'll be a good game. I just think Atlanta's a little bit better, but I think Charlotte learned from last year. They was in the play last year, just looked like they didn't want to be there. So I think they'll play a better game, but I think Atlanta winds up winning that game. Then I think Atlanta beats Cleveland to get the 8th spot. So Atlanta will go to Miami in the first round, which will be an interesting series as well. In the West, you got Minnesota and the Clippers. Clippers are the 8th seed. Minnesota is the 7th seed. I think Minnesota wins that game. I think the Clippers don't push them though. I think it'll be a close game. I think Minnesota comes out on top with that and wins that game to get the 7th seed, which means they will go to Memphis in the first round. Clippers lose, so they get another chance. New Orleans, San Antonio. I'm gonna go with the Pelicans. I just think the Pelicans are a little bit better and been playing better. But I think you flip a coin on this game. I think the Spurs are capable of winning this game. But I'm gonna go with New Orleans. Then I think the Clippers beat New Orleans to stay alive, and they get the 8th seed, and they will go to Phoenix in the first round. So with that, that means Brooklyn will face Boston, and Atlanta will get Miami in the first round. Miami the 1, Boston the 2, and then in the West, Phoenix will get the Clippers, which will be the 8th seed after losing and then winning the last game, and then Minnesota beating them the first time, get the 7th seed. They will go to Memphis. So now let's break down the first round series. So I'm gonna start with Miami, Atlanta. Of course, I got Miami, Atlanta. This could be, of course, we don't know yet. This could be a different matchup. They could get Charlotte. They could get Brooklyn, can fall to 8. Cleveland can get to 8th seed. So all these 4 teams are capable. But I'm gonna stay with Atlanta by my prediction. I think Atlanta pushes them a little bit. I think it'll go 6 games, but I think Miami will prevail. Move on to the Eastern semis. Philadelphia, Toronto, 4-5. Toronto been playing outstanding since the All-Star break. I think they have the best record since the All-Star break, other than Phoenix, I believe. Quietly, PL Siakam, Fred VanVleet, that core Toronto team that has playoff experience. But I'm gonna give Philly a slight no. I think this could go 7 games. I think Philly wins the series, but I think it goes 7 games. I think James Harden might be up and down, but I think ultimately I think Joel Embiid will be the difference, and I think they win this series. But I think it probably goes the full 7 games. So that would set up Philadelphia and Miami in the second round in the semis. Milwaukee, Chicago. I think the Bucks will sweep the Bulls. Obviously, I think Bulls might get a game, but I think Milwaukee will clearly finish them off quickly. Bulls just been free falling since the All-Star break. They was able to still hold on to a 6th seed, which is great. But I think I like the Bulls, what they're doing, keep building with DeMar DeRozan, been a veteran presence and a great player, been their best player all year. It was in the MVP conversation earlier in the season when Bulls was doing well. When they was the 1 seed for a while, people forget that, but they was the top team in the East for a while, for the first month and a half, I believe. But the Bucks is on a mission. I think Giannis, it's going to be Giannis, and I think that'll be a quick series. Boston, Brooklyn. This is a tough one for me. I think if Brooklyn, like I said, Brooklyn play their potential. Plus, they're supposed to be trying to add Ben Simmons into the mix, but I think that might be a detriment. We'll see how soon he comes back. But I'm going to go with Boston slightly in this series just because I believe in Jason Tatum. He's had a monster year quietly. Jaylen Brown, and then when they play off of experiences, then they're a good defensive team. So I think they have bought Brooklyn enough. But this could go 7 games as well. But I'm going to say 6 games, Boston take care of the Nets. Unfortunately, but it would shock me if they win the series either. But I'm going to give Boston the respect. They had a great year, and I think it will carry over. I think it'll be a battle, but I think they beat Brooklyn in 6. So that would match them up with the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round. I think we just stay East. We just go do the whole East, and then I'll go over to the West. So that makes Miami, Philadelphia, and Eastern semis. I'm going to go with Miami there. I think Miami wins that series at 6. Like I said, I think this is with James Harden. This would be the prove-it time for James Harden. I think Miami, what they've done all year, I think they'll get by Philly. I think they'll win the 6 games. So we got Milwaukee, Boston. I'm going to go with the Bucks at 6. I think Giannis will be too much. I don't think nobody on Boston can stop Giannis. Drew Holiday, because guard one of the Tatum or Brown. Chris Middleton, though, I think he will have to have a big series, though, in this series, scoring-wise. And I think Milwaukee will get by. So that sets up Milwaukee from Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think Milwaukee gets through. I think they go back to the finals again. I think Giannis, like I said, would be too much again. But Miami, though, will push them. This could be a 7-game series. But I always believe if you say a team is 7, you're not really sure who will win the series. So I feel pretty confident Milwaukee will come out the East. So I think they will beat Miami in 6 games. So the Bucks will get back. and win the East. They get back to the finals. Western Conference now. We got Phoenix and the Clippers according to my predictions for the play-in. And they Phoenix win this series. I'm gonna say 5 games. I give the Clippers a game. The Clippers, like I said, is no typical 8th seed. They're a pretty strong 8th seed, but I think Phoenix, also, I think is on a mission. I think they beat the Clippers at 5. Dallas, Utah. I'm gonna go with the Mavs here. Luka Doncic should be in the MVP discussion. He got hurt though in his last game, so but they get a week to heal, so I think he'll be ready. The Jazz, like I said, I just don't believe in the Jazz until they make some type of change, get Donovan Mitchell some help. Rudy Gobert could probably slow down Dallas offense in this series, but I think Luka will shine and win this series. I think Dallas get through, so that set up Phoenix, Dallas in the semis. Golden State, Denver. This is a tough matchup for me because I think Denver with Jokic is going to, like I said, I think the Warriors' weakness is big man. So if Jokic decides to be a big man in the series, that could be some problems for Golden State. But I just think Klay Thompson, I think he's starting to get back to form. I think him and Steph Curry should be back. Draymond, I just think they'd be a little bit too much for the Nuggets. I think they would need Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. All the injuries, I think, would catch up to the Nuggets in this series, and I think they win. I'm gonna give it 6 games for that. Memphis and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm gonna go with Memphis here 6, but I think Minnesota, could push the Grizzlies. Just Anthony Edwards, I really like his game. Karl Anthony Towns. So they're talented, but I just think Memphis would be too much, and Memphis not afraid. Memphis got this vibe to me too. They could go far, so I think they'll take care of the Bulls. But I give it 6 games. I think the Wolves will push them a little bit. Alright, so that sets up Memphis, Golden State in the second round semis, and then Dallas, Phoenix. I'm gonna give Phoenix the edge. I'll give it 6 games. I think this would be when Luka would have to do too much. I think Phoenix is the overall better team. So I think they prevail. I got them to win in 6. Memphis and the Warriors, I think this is when the Warriors' weakness will show a little bit. I think Memphis defensively will slow them down enough. I think Memphis get through in 6 as well. So that sets up Memphis, Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to go with Phoenix at 6 just because of the experience. But I think Memphis is capable of Ja Morant maybe reach a new level. The young guys that Memphis has, I think they can cause Phoenix some problems, but I just think Phoenix with the experience and with the mission to get back will do that. So I got Phoenix winning in the Western Conference Finals with Memphis at 6. So basically this sets up a rematch for last year's finals. Phoenix and Milwaukee. When I broke all this down, I was like, dang, Phoenix, just like last year, I picked Phoenix last year once it got to this point. But I can't go against Giannis. I just think they ain't gonna be able to start Giannis again. And once he get rolled, I think that'll be it. So I got Milwaukee basically winning it back to back. I got them winning the 6 games, just like last year. Might go the same way. I think Phoenix might get off to a great start, win the first 2 games at home, and then Milwaukee just mop them again. I don't see any reason why that won't happen again. But like I said, it would surprise me if Phoenix win. They learned from last year. I think that's why they was a 1 seed. I think they was motivated. But I think Giannis is the truth, and I think he's going to show it again and win back-to-back titles. That would put him in another stratosphere of all-time players and players of today. So I think it's going to happen. I think Milwaukee will win it again. I think it'd be a 6 games over the Phoenix Suns. But if we look deeper, like I said, into other scenarios, like I said, Memphis to me is a strong contender. I think they could come out the West, even though I think Phoenix would. But other than that, I don't see the Warriors too. I'll give the Warriors just because they're experienced. But and Dallas is my sleeper because I just think Luka at the while it'd be too much for him. So I think that's what will hold them back. But those 4 teams, yeah, everybody else I don't really give much of a chance to. In the East, Miami, like I said, Miami just missing that guy, even though Jimmy Butler can be that guy at times. But I think Giannis will show them who's boss in the Eastern Conference Finals. Philly has potential with James Harden, stay consistent, wrap up his game and don't be inconsistent in the postseason like he always been. Boston, to me, has a shot as well with the experience and the young Tatum and Brown can carry them all the way to the title. Brooklyn, even though they're so low, but they got Durant and Kyrie Irving. So the East, to me, those two should, like, even Toronto, to me, and Atlanta, like, it's not conceivable that they could come out. So I think the East is a little bit deeper for us. I think we could come out of it. But like I said, Chicago, I think they just don't have enough. Cleveland, like I said, I think they're going to fade out quickly. Charlotte just don't have enough. Like I said, Atlanta, only why I say Atlanta because of their experience, and then Trae Young can light it up. So I take over a series. So, but at the end of the day, like I said, I got Phoenix and Milwaukee again, and I think Milwaukee will win it. We can go back to back. So that's where I stand with that. That's my opinion. I think Giannis will win Finals MVP again. Like I said, I got him with MVP, but I think they will give it to Nikola Jokic, so for Denver. So I think I would take Giannis. If I had to vote, I would vote for Giannis for MVP personally. So yeah, that's it. We got through it pretty quickly. Like I said, I appreciate you guys so much for joining me. Like I said, tell me your thoughts. Put your thoughts in the comments, your opinions in the comments section. I would like to know. I like to debate or talk about what you think will happen. Do you think I'm wrong about the play-ins? Because the play-ins can, go either way. It's one game, basically. So I could be wrong about that. We'll see. But tell me your thoughts in the comments. And like I said, I'm gonna leave my Instagram handle in the description box. We can talk about Instagram as well. It'd probably be easier to talk about Instagram and post a video. I'm gonna do a post, put it on there, so you can go over there and chat with me. See what you think what happened in the NBA playoffs. But I just think the Bucks gonna go back to back. Pretty much feel strongly about it, and I feel strongly that Phoenix will come out the West for sure. Alright, so that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, sorry, did this around work time. I can announce this because I think I'm going to do it. Actually, once I get things straight, I'm going to do it. I'm going to download. I played this game before, but of course it ain't on the channel. This is going to sort of count as a retro series. God of War 3. I've seen the remastered version in the PlayStation Store. I think I'm going to download that and play it on the channel. So stay tuned for that. We'll do something else with Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Just don't know yet. Probably, like I said, I'm going to do a adventure mode with one of the Crash Nitro Kart characters. Will probably most likely be Crunch Bandicoot. So I'm gonna do him, and because that video the game itself getting a lot of views. So this is more for the channel as well. So there are two projects that's coming up. MLB 22. I'm playing that right now. I'm gonna put a video together. I might try to for all this might happen tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. As far as the blog, I'll be back. Like I said, I'll be back Saturday. We know exactly what the playoffs matchups are. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about anything NFL related, NBA related, more baseball news as well since the season's just started. So definitely make sure you join me Saturday. And that'll be it for tonight. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Like I said, thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shout out my new friend here. Let me look her up real quick. She's a breastfeeding mom. So she do a lot of that on her channel, but she talks about certain topics. Let me see if I can pull her up. I just want to get her name right. That's all. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Probably be faster. But maybe not. Oh, I got a way I can find it. Just thought about it. Just be really quick. Happy Hearts 888. Apple Hearts 888. She's a nice woman. I think she said she's from New Orleans. So check her channel out. I guess I'm not gonna say that, but I was gonna say something, but I like watching her channel. I'm just gonna put it that way. A little bit personal reason why I like watching it, but she do be talking about some serious things. So I'm gonna go check her out. She's one of my new subscribers. You know, just talking back and forth through YouTube, through the comment section. So, and like I said, I welcome your comments as well. You know, so that's it. I see you guys Saturday. Look out for the new projects. Like I said, God of War 3, MLB The Show 22, and more CTR Nitro Fuel. So check all that out. I'm Troy West said thank you for watching the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. They start tomorrow with the play-ins, which should be both of the games. Should be pretty good. I think Brooklyn, like I said, I think Brooklyn will beat Cleveland, and then Atlanta will beat Charlotte, and then I think Atlanta will get there by beating Cleveland. I think Cleveland will lose twice to be out. In the West, I think Minnesota Clippers. That's probably the best game, which I think would be real competitive, and the Spurs New Orleans game should be competitive as well. But I think Minnesota and the Clippers will wind up being the two teams that get in and get in the main playoffs, which we'll talk about on Saturday. So thanks so much. I'm Troy West. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. Enjoy the sports week. Sports is great. One of my favorite. We got the NBA draft. I mean the NFL draft coming up. The WNBA draft was tonight. So a lot of things going on. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and enjoy your week. And thanks so much for supporting the channel. Thank you.